Do you know what's happening? Do you understand what's happening? Bob Costas was reading off a teleprompter. He admitted he was last night during Sunday Night Football when he came out and basically endorsed an editorialist who called for restricting the Second Amendment. That was approved by NBC. That was approved by the NFL. They knew that was going to be a big deal. They fired Hank Williams Jr. for going on Fox News, not even an NFL game, and making a comment about how basically we had an authoritarian government. They fired him over that. Bob Costas comes out and says, well, in the days to come, the NFL might get looked at for this, but no one can deny that, handguns are bad and basically we shouldn't have them, and that's why there's violence going on with young people. Really? Violence overall is actually down in most areas of the country. It's up in Chicago, New York, LA, and other places that have gun bans or near gun bans. The criminals move where they can feed on people. Some areas of Chicago have crime rates more than 20 times that of areas of Texas. Go look it up. But everybody knows Chicago's the murder capital, not of the U.S., of the stinking world, ladies and gentlemen. They've disarmed those people so the criminals all move there. And here is another NFL player with concussions and brain damage, but they don't want to talk about that. Let's blame the Second Amendment, who was on a bunch of prescription drugs. How many times have you seen a shooting or a suicide? They admit with the serotonin reuptake inhibitors like Prozac, that whole family of those on the insert can cause psychotic breaks and violence, massively increases it. So this guy's all hopped up on prescription drugs. He's got concussions. But let's not blame that. Let's not blame the decadent, spoiled, rotten, gladiatorial culture of the NFL. Why Michael Vick? It's not his fault. It's people that own dogs' fault. If no one owned dogs, then Michael Vick wouldn't have had to pit bulls killing each other and wouldn't have been torturing them to death. You know what? It's the fault of spoons that people are fat. I'm a few pounds overweight. It's not my fault. Ban spoons. Ban forks. Ban knives. Ban any type of tasty food. That's what Mayor Bloomberg says. He says ban all these tasty foods. These are control freaks, ladies and gentlemen. And I've got a bunch of notes here that I wrote because I've got a special report. We're going to stay up all night to get out today. Aaron Dykes is back there working on it right now, showing Obama saying he's going to ban all semi-automatic rifles and handguns, showing the Attorney General saying, quote, we're working with the media to brainwash the public, showing them saying they're going to go after the Second Amendment. Now listen to it. Outside of a congressional law by executive fiat, just like Obama's done on dozens of issues now, saying our military is under the UN and NATO, saying he'll shut down power plants even if Congress won't pass a law, saying he'll restrict the Second Amendment with outside of law. That's already happened on some other cases, saying he'll sign a Cybersecurity Act outside of Congress because they wouldn't agree to his draconian rules, and then he won't let Congress see the executive order. I mean, this is unprecedented power grabs. They're coming for our guns. They've said they're coming for them. And to have the NFL come out, which is a very conservative, libertarian type audience, that's what dominates it, shows they're getting ready. Make no mistake. This is a trial balloon to go after our Second Amendment when Obama's not facing re-election and they now have even more control of the Senate. They have announced and are introducing the bills in the new Congress next year. He gets sworn in on, January 21st? Congress comes into session. Look out, ladies and gentlemen. They are coming after one of the only liberties not overrun in this country. Here's the new December issue of InfoWars magazine. This man wants your guns. And it's a shot of Obama right there on the cover. And we've editorialized with him sitting on top of the American flag because that's exactly what we're facing. And we have all their quotes and where they said it in here. So I've known this is coming. That's why we've put out the special magazine subscription. If you want to get it, you can get it at Infowars.com. The point is that we're in a lot of trouble. And not only is the NFL with this perfect storm trying to scapegoat the concussions that this guy had and others, which is known to also be triggering things like this, or the drugs he was on, the prescription drugs, they want to scapegoat it onto the Second Amendment, and the Justice Department is heavily hooked in to the NFL. Just like in other authoritarian countries, sports are used to push propaganda. We need to stop being naive about this. A few of the other notes I have is that it's time to get back in their face as 150 plus million gun owners. And to say, if you keep coming after our Second Amendment, we're going to boycott you. We're not going to watch the NFL. I already don't, unless when family's over, say on Thanksgiving, and then it's J.P. Morgan ad saying Thanksgiving was brought to you by them. I mean, it's pure crap. And if we don't get angry and call for Bob Costas to be at least reprimanded and for him to apologize, and if we don't call for the NFL to back off, they're going to take this as a green light to come after our Second Amendment. So I'm calling on people to mail the NFL and Bob Costas and NBC spoons. You can go buy one at the store for 30, 40, 50 cents at Slave Mart and places like that. And mail them a spoon and a letter saying, hey, blaming guns for crime is like blaming spoons for fat people or blaming dog odors for Michael Vick. They're coming after our guns. This is the bugle sounding for the charge, okay? 1776 started when they came to take our guns. The revolution in Texas in 1836 with my family started in Gonzales when they came to take the guns. Get it through your head, rats, anti-American trash like Bob Costas. You're not getting our guns. It's the line in the sand, scum. And if you try to restrict them, it's going to cause a civil war, which is probably what you anti-Americans want. Get it through your head. I know this country's run by foreign banks now. I know you want us disarmed. The final sign we're slaves. It isn't happening. Record gun sales are happening. Liberals are waking up and buying guns. Women are buying guns. And that's why Costas, that's why he attacks the gun culture, the bitter clingers. He says this culture. He tries to equate the NFL's gang culture of guns and pit bulls to us that just don't want to be slaves and want that secure feeling of not having to call the police who show up in 15 minutes. We're done. We take it personal, and we're sick of your crap, Costas, and all of you. And we know you're coming for our guns. We're coming for you to expose you and to boycott your ass. Alex Jones signing off for Infowars.com. Get angry, get focused, or lose everything we've got. That's it. Now get up off your asses and take action.